Hey there, guys. This is Flamzeron, aka YouTube's Tasuke. It seems that both Tecmo Koei and myself were kind of late on this, but it was apparently Dynasty Warriors' 15th anniversary. Um, and the reason why I say they were late is because on my podcast we actually covered a news bit that they had belated plans for the anniversary, and as far as my excuse, I just didn't really know how I wanted to do it. I didn't know if I just wanted to do like an addendum to the my thoughts on Dynasty Warriors that I did back in the old days of my YouTubing, or if I wanted to give it the my blank history. Um, uh, I forgot the word. Give it the treatment. Give it the my blank history treatment, and like do this big video series talking about. But I felt like since Dynasty Warriors is more of a newer thing, newer in comparison to like Dragon Ball or Tales, that I got into like pre high school, um, or even pre college. I feel like Dynasty Warriors. It was more. It was. I feel like it was late middle school, so it still kind of counts. But at the same time, since it was so close to, and I don't even remember if it was. Uh, I'd have to look and see at the dates because I remember I got Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires when that like came out. Like I got that one new. Like the other ones that I played, they had been out for a while, and I was aware of the series. Uh, I knew it as sort of like, oh, it's that series that like just has like a million numbers, and I was sort of aware of like the numbering issue, I believe. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do sort of like a kind of like what I did with the PS, the PlayStation anniversary, 20th anniversary. Kind of do one of those things where I'm just kind of talking about things and my memories and whatnot. But I really enjoy this series. I feel like this is the one series that I can kind of go to and just sort of relax with. Uh, you know, it's not really that hard of a game. I mean, to be fair, I do play it on easy for the sake of being able to just like relax and play it. But it's pretty much a straight up action game, and some games in the series have different techniques you can do. Like I know Dragon Quest Heroes, which is the game I'm currently playing, um, you can dodge roll in that, and I believe in maybe Samurai Warriors 1 or 2, maybe you could dodge roll, according to Epic Name Bros YouTube channel when he did his little breakfast video on I think 4. I think it was 4-2 specifically, but I really enjoy this series, and I really like the history behind it, and the literary aspect of it. And of course, I do enjoy Samurai Warriors as well. The Sengoku period. I've been getting more into it, ever since getting Samurai Warriors 4. Like Samurai Warriors 3, when I got that for the Wii, it was mainly just for like Nick and AJ. I wasn't too into it. I was more of a Dynasty Warriors kind of guy, and I still primarily am. At this point, I just kind of play, whatever Dynasty Warriors game I can get my hands on at this point. I really enjoy the series, and I feel like it's it's a pretty good game series slash style to kind of work with in different franchises. Like I know there's an Attack on Titan one coming out, and that's going to be pretty cool. I don't know if I'll play it because I'm not too big into Attack on Titan. I would love a Dragon Ball one. That'd be great, especially with Super. You would think that there aren't enough like grunt enemies to really work with, but I feel like they're actually a fair amount. Um, and of course they could always do a thing where like, oh, there's some remnants, and they become like rare enemies or something. But then of course there are series like The Legend of Zelda and Dragon Quest that have plenty of monsters to choose from, and Hyrule Warriors, I really enjoyed it. And to kind of build off of that, I I feel like the Dynasty Warriors series, or really the Warrior series or whatever, um, it can be pretty useful in getting me into other game, or making me more interested in other games. I mean, I like Legend of Zelda. Okay, I'm more of a super casual fan. By super casual, I don't particularly care when it comes out. Like I only get like some of the games. I really do like A Link to the Past and Majora's Mask, and I kind of like Legend of Zelda too. But Hyrule Warriors, I'll probably say this in my Dragon Quest Heroes review, but Hyrule Warriors is very much a Dynasty Warriors game with Zelda in it. And whereas Dragon Quest Heroes, I feel like is more like a Dynasty Warriors like game. It's more like a Dynasty Warriors styled RPG because they've made those before with that Trinity Souls of Zalol game that I want to give another chance. I keep trying it and like not like really going through with it. I played the demo and it was okay. And the series is pretty fun to play multiplayer, so I guess that's also I don't remember if Trinity Souls of Zillow was multiplayer or not. I remember being excited for it. But I really enjoy the series, and it's definitely it's probably my favorite action game series, especially considering it just keeps going. Despite apparently reaching the end of like the Three Kingdoms period since since 7. Yeah, since 7 when they introduced the Gene faction. And they can go a little further each time, and each one, they do sort of like change history a little bit, and that's fine. And then, of course, there are the Warriors Orochi games that are like completely original. I kind of wish they would make a Warriors Orochi Empires game. That'd be really cool. And I want a King Arthur, like a medieval times Warriors game. I think that's something they should do. Or at least a King Arthur one. I don't know. Maybe they feel like medieval times there isn't really a good subject to work with, but I feel like, King Arthur would work. Maybe call it Camelot Warriors or Warriors of the Round Table or Arthur Warriors or Arthurian Warriors or King Arthur Warriors. There's several things they could work with, and they have like kingly costumes, and Jahodun got a knight costume, which kind of looks like Lancelot, and they can kind of work with things a little bit. I know there's Bladestorm, but that's a bit different. Like I was kind of hoping it would just be a Dynasty Warriors game set in like a fantasy world, but it's more like a strategic kind of thing, and because of that, that's a bit of a turnoff for me. Because with this series, I just want to play a good action game. I'm not entirely too interested in the actual RTS genre ideas. I do like the Empires game because of their more strategic and management systems, but I'm not really into the other stuff. I mean, not that being said, I might actually play because I've only played like the demo, and admittedly, I kind of stopped playing once I actually got started. I'm like, oh, I don't want to play this, and I'm sure it's a good game, and I'll probably give it a chance because I know there's the redo they did. I don't know whether to call it a remake or a remastering. I think it's more of like a remastering with like some extra content, but and I still follow this series as much as I can. There are some new games coming out for it, in Japan. They're talking about the 15th anniversary. It's probably going to be Dynasty Warriors 9. For them, it's going to be Dynasty Warriors 8 because the numbering's off. What else? They're also, I think, working on Samurai Warriors 4 Empires, and that's been announced for localization, so that's going to be fun. I imagine they're probably planning Warriors Orochi 4, or it's in early stages, because we have, like, updated stuff, and, the battle systems are still, there are some differences, but they're still, like, you can still, like, do some stuff. I don't know, they might have to kind of do what they did with 3 and sort of, like, compromise a little bit, and have the main differences mainly just be the Muso attacks, which I'm still not too keen on, the Muso attacks in Samurai Warriors. I prefer the ones in Dynasty Warriors where they're just like a big attack that you just do. Because I sort of use it as like a last-minute measure, whereas if you're low on health and you do a Muso attack in Samurai Warriors, you can still get killed. Especially if you're trying to, like... I mean, unless you're just trying to stagger them, which I guess you can do, but... And I believe they're also making a Dragon Quest Heroes 2. So... And of course the Attack on Titan game, and they did recently say that they are signed up to do a Warriors game with a major Western IP. A lot of people I think are thinking Star Wars, which could work. That actually would be really cool. Personally, I'm thinking Warcraft, and I think I would probably I think that'd be cool as well. I can't really think of anything else it would be. But there's, or maybe not Elder Scrolls, because Elder Scrolls, the battle system, it is an action RPG, so it's not like it really needs it. I would love an actual real Tales Dynasty Warriors game. Twin Brave, I'm kind of mixed on it. As a Dynasty Warriors game, it's actually pretty poor, but as a Tales spinoff, it's not that bad. In my opinion, at least. And Saint Seiya's Sanctuary Battle is similar, though, in my opinion, better done. But both of those are more like Warriors-like games, and even then, they're not based on like these big battles. These big, like, major scale battles that happen. Because, like, even Hyrule Warriors did that, where, like, you weren't just, like, going from point A to point B, like in Sanctuary Battle or in Tales of the Heroes Twin Brave. And that's why I sort of see Dragon Quest Heroes as more of a action RPG in the style of Dynasty Warriors. If anything, it's really just using a similar battle system as Trinity Souls of Zilol on PS3. Is really kind of what they're going with. And I know there's Dynasty Warriors Gundam, which I haven't played, and Fist of the North Star, Kin's Rage. Haven't played that either. I know about it. But, it'll be interesting to see what they do, and I really enjoy this series. Mortal Kombat would be interesting, too. They have a lot of characters, and it'd be sort of like an interesting way of, they probably just want to stick with the fighting games for a while with that series, but, yeah, I don't know, or maybe maybe Smash Brothers, like they're gonna, and the next Smash Bros. Will be a Dynasty Warriors game. I'd be okay with that, honestly. I'd be perfectly okay, or a Mario themed one. I don't know. It'd be nice to see Link come in as a cameo for Warriors Orochi 4. That would make me probably get it on Wii U if Link was an exclusive character, and like on the PS4 and Xbox One versions there weren't any exclusive characters. Now, if it's like Soul Calibur to where each console has like an exclusive character, I probably will get all of them just for the sake of doing that. That's just my. I'm actually doing that with Soul Calibur 2 already. I have the GameCube version and the PS2 version. I need to get the Xbox version, and I don't particularly care to get the HD version because, I like 3 better anyway. But this isn't about Soul Calibur. This is about Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, happy 15th anniversary, I guess. I guess the 16th anniversary at this point. But, yeah, it's a good series, Here's hoping to the next cool game that we see. It's going to be real cool. But, yeah, good series, and I definitely would recommend it if you like action games. But, yeah. This is Flamzaron, aka YouTube Sasuke, signing out. See you later.